Hello, this is Sarah Camille Hip, and today I'm going to be talking about dressing our company for success. Now, that is a concept that a lot of people do not really think is super important or really understand how that is part of the company's brand and culture. But I'm going to talk about why this is important for our company to have as dress code and how workplace is dress is becoming increasingly casual, and ultimately what this means for our company. What should we do about dress? Now, dress and workplace dress specifically reflects culture and brands. It's one of those things that we don't often think about. But like for Jimmy John's, for example, which was recently criticized in a Huffington Post article for having a super strict dress code. When you look at this picture here, you can see, wow, there's a very specific range of khaki color pants. It's acceptable, specific type of shoe, etc. And that is truly part of the Jimmy John's brand. And again, it's one of those things that you don't necessarily think about right away being the consumer, but if you work there, you know what's expected of you and you stick to it. Another example is Silicon Valley. When you think about Apple and Facebook and who works there, you're thinking about people in Converse shoes, hoodies, t-shirts, jeans, that kind of thing. And again, that's a specific reflection of those companies' cultures and the brand that they are trying to portray. Now, another important thing to think about when you're thinking about dress codes is how it attracts millennials. Millennials are advocates of casual attire in the workplace. They're seeking out jobs where casual attire is okay. Millennials also value ideas over dress code and what people are wearing. That those kind of things are minute details in a millennial's mind. Whereas the ideas, what you're producing, what you're creating are much more important. And of course, jeans are a millennial's favorite thing. And it's something to be thinking about when you're thinking about dress code. Should these things be allowed? How are we attracting millennials? Ann Donovan of PricewaterhouseCoopers said in a recent CNBC article, businesses that cling to formal dress will continue to lose young talent to companies that do not, which brings up an interesting point. How is super formal dress in the workplace? How is that received by millennials? It's really not going to be received well. And you want millennials to walk into our company and see the dress and go, I'm going to fit in here. And I agree with this brand. Now, this brings me back to the Converse shoes I was talking about earlier, and the birth of CEO casual. Silicon Valley is definitely the birthplace of CEO casual. When you think about dressing down and what that really means, Zuckerberg and Jobs really were the founding fathers of the CEO casual concept, and they paved the path for Facebook and Apple, and now hundreds of other companies have followed in their footsteps. Now, a recent article from Quartz discussed how non-conforming dress actually leads people to infer that they're of an enhanced status and competence, that it's actually this status symbol. It's an elite thing to be able to dress casually in the workplace. It's not just cool, there's an elitist feel to it. And it's something that is really growing and attracting young talent. A recent article by Richard Branson on LinkedIn explained a similar thought. He said that when it comes to creativity, there is no uniform. Creativity comes from your clothes. And why would you want to keep your employees in a uniform, in a box, especially when they have a creative job? Like at our company, we expect our employees to dress in a specific way, but are we confining them to too much? These are the kinds of questions we need to ask. So he said the entrepreneurial experience should be a liberating journey free from the constraints of expectations. Branson also said in this article that, creativity doesn't come from the cubicles or in a suit and tie. It comes from getting out and about, thinking about things differently and thinking outside the box. So when it comes to dress, don't keep your employees in a box, especially if they have a creative job, which many of our employees have. So, what does this mean for dress at our company? Now, when it comes to addressing dress, our leadership needs to set the example. That means you. Communicate this. We can obviously communicate this, but we also have to dress the part, show our employees what it means to be part of our company's brand and image by what we wear. An easy way to get them on board with this is by creating some branded clothing that is along the same lines of what we're thinking. We need to take a look at our mission and vision and our culture statement and make sure that our dress is a direct reflection of this. So another important thing for us to communicate to our employees is that we trust them to dress for the day. We know that if they have a top-notch client who dresses formal, that they'll dress formal too. And if they are having a really slow day and they don't have any meetings, that they don't need to dress up. Casual dress concept, it needs to be polished, personalized, and professional. We want our employees to know that they can put personality in their clothes. They can dress casually, but we also expect them to look polished and professional. So that is my ultimate proposal for our company, that we present this concept of polished, personalized, professional dress code. We don't need to put a lot of parameters around it. We need to trust our employees that they know best. And for more information, you can look at the different articles I have included here that I referenced. All right, that's it. Thank you.